Hi. Before we get started, I wanted to say a quick thanks to the people who have been viewing these videos, and to a special thanks to my small handful of subscribers. Y'all are an encouragement to me, and I appreciate you listening, and I look forward to sharing a lot more of these with you. Today, we are going to talk about truth. And odds are very good that at some point you've heard someone utter a seemingly innocuous phrase that is, in the final analysis, a damnable lie. That phrase is my truth or your truth. To believe in such things is to strike at the roots of reason. The truth, you see, is a single set of statements. These statements describe reality as it stands. They aren't always pleasant, but they are often harsh. But together they comprise the truth. Anything that is not part of these statements is false. What is false is not aligned with reality. And the notion that each of us can have our own internal truths that are unique to us is a great example of something that is false. And the root of all of this is born in the fact that we understand the truth imperfectly. In many areas, we are uncertain where the line between true and false lies. Because of this, we stake out a position where it seems correct to us to do so, and there we state a belief. We believe this to be true. Others believe that to be true. We explain why. They do the same. And together, we hone down the gray areas and get closer to an understanding of truth. Sometimes we can reconcile the differences and unify beliefs. Other times we decide war is easier than conversation. Beliefs are touchy things. They are, however, approachable and changeable. To claim something as my truth makes it inviolable. We all, in constructing our worldviews and ideals, hope to anchor them to truth. Often, the closest we can get is beliefs. This leaves us with a tension and a fear that who we are and the life we've built can be brought down around our ears by a shift in understanding. Being open to truth means that you're always rebuilding some part of your inner self. So it is tempting to take a dearly held belief and exalt it to the level of truth. Now, we believe, we are safe from the dislocations and fractures. We have found what works for us. We have found our truth. It's a fool's bargain, let me tell you. Now that this belief has been granted its infernal apotheosis, it will take over everything. All must fall before it, and any price is small to keep it inviolate. To stabilize the position, the psyche becomes rigid. Deviation cannot be allowed. In the end, we can no longer tolerate dissent, and anything that challenges the self-proclaimed truth is an attack. It must be extinguished. After all, if the blow manages to land, this brittle edifice could disintegrate into a whirling mass of razor-edged inconsistencies that hew us to ribbons from the inside out. Just one such idolatrous pseudo-truth is enough to do it. God save the person, and in our society there are many, with more than one. It leaves a shrieking psychological landmine of a person where there could be otherwise a great mind, or at least a sane one. As Jesus says in the Gospel of John, "You shall know the truth, and the truth shall set you free." He was speaking specifically of discipleship and study of Scripture, and I believe that to be the foundation of any inquiry into truth, and the guide that steers us to proper conclusions, and away from the rocks and shoals of nihilism or utilitarianism and all these, sort of evil philosophies. The truth, in this case, is like wisdom in the book of Proverbs, an idea that is approachable and learnable, but that will never be fully known by any one of us. In my mind, it's like a spouse. I know my wife, on the whole, better than anyone else. Now, this does not mean that I'm aware of every facet and inkling of her, and that there is no one who might know something about her that I don't. After all, she lived a whole life before she met me. However, I apply myself to the learning, and year by year my knowledge of her improves. It's the same with truth. One must apply oneself, but when you do, you see that she's beautiful. Hard sometimes, grim sometimes, but beautiful. And in her hands are keys for those who find her.